And remember, you cannot afford to not have insurance.
What if I hit someone and I don't have insurance? What if I hit someone and I don't have insurance and we're willing to work things out, but I don't have any insurance?
If you get involved in an accident and you have no car insurance, you already know you're in a lot of trouble. The first thing is, if it's more than, in the state of Colorado, $1,000 worth of damage, you need to report it. Okay? Once you report the accident, then you're going to need to call the police, get a police report filed, and you need to get some insurance right away. It's not going to help you in this particular incident with this particular accident, but it will protect you and it'll probably keep you from losing your driver's license.
Okay? I had an accident and I got to find out what I can do about it. Okay? Somebody hit my truck and I don't know what to do about it because they weren't there. They took off and my truck's just sitting on the side.
If someone hits you and they don't have any car insurance, what you're going to do is you're going to file a claim with your car insurance. Then it's up to your insurance company to decide whether they're going to use a term called subrogation, which means whether they're going to go after that individual to recoup your damages. A lot of times insurance companies realize that if the person isn't carrying car insurance, they probably don't have any assets anyway. So what they'll do is they'll just eat the loss. And that's one of the reasons why our insurance costs go up so much generally each few years.
If I got a license, but I don't have a car, do I need insurance or should I have insurance? I don't have a car, but I got a license. So should I have insurance?
You know, I wish more people would ask this question. Even though you don't have a car, you've got a driver's license. The state automatically assumes you're going to be driving somebody's vehicle. Okay? The coverage for insurance and not having a vehicle is so inexpensive, it's crazy that people don't realize it. It's called a broad form policy. And what it does, it protects you against, it basically allows you to drive any car, anybody's car. And it protects you in case you get involved in an accident with someone who does not have insurance, or it protects you if you get involved in an accident. That's primarily where it's going to come out anyway.
What if an act of God happens, as they call it, like a tree falls on my car? Or, I don't know, we got a bad storm and it's hailing, and I've seen that a lot, and this big hail, kind of just destroys my car. Is there anything I can do about that?
That's very well known in Colorado Springs, the wind and the hail. The coverage on your policy that would take care of what we call acts of God or things you have no control over is the comprehensive portion of your policy. That protects you against, like I said, things you have no control over. Fire, wind, hail, theft, somebody steals your car. It also kicks in too when sometimes you hit an animal. That can also kick in and help take care of, some of the damages that get caused. I'm Janie Walker. Welcome to Walker Insurance. Have a seat.
Thank you.
How can I help you today?
I live in an apartment. What kind of insurance should I have?
The insurance I would recommend for you would be renter's insurance. And the reason being is you're not responsible for the building and the space that you live in, okay? But you want to protect the items that you own inside of that space, okay? So what I used to explain to people, if you take the apartment and you turn it upside down, everything pretty much that would hit the bottom, not including things like the appliances and stuff like that, it would be your personal belongings. That's what the renter's insurance would cover for you, okay? It down for your toothpaste, your toothbrush, everything. So when I look at a renter's policy for you, I find out if you've got any high-end products, any high-end items. Like I went into an apartment one time, and from wall to wall, this guy had one of these big projection TVs. I make sure you don't have one of those type of items in the home. And then, based on the items that you do have, we sit down and we construct a renter's policy that would protect you in case, something were to happen to the building burnt down or something like that. If someone breaks into your apartment and steal a bunch of items, that's covered under your renter's policy also. You will have a deductible to pay. I usually try and keep the deductible as low as possible, but we'll make a list of the items and you'll file a claim for those, and the insurance usually will pay the claim.
I'm ready to buy a home. What kind of insurance should I have?
Your homeowner's insurance, there are actually two types. There's one that will pay for replacement costs, and then there's a policy called actual cash value. You never want to buy an actual cash value homeowner's policy. You always want to buy one that says replacement cost. That means it doesn't matter what it's going to cost as long as the insurance company has got some kind of marker that they can use. They're going to replace it with everything that's new. They're not going to depreciate it, okay?
If my home gets flooded, is there coverage for that?
Now, if you have an instance where a pipe burst, okay, or your toilet overflows, that is a different situation. There's a coverage that can be added and should be added to every homeowner's policy called sewer and drain. That would pay for the damage that the pipe caused, but it would not pay for the repair of the pipe. So just keep that in mind when you start looking at your coverages on your homeowner's policy, because that is a very, very important coverage, since we do have a lot of instances in Colorado where pipe bursts because of the cold weather.
What can you tell me about life insurance policies?
Well, there's several types. There's whole life, there's universal, there's index, and then there's term. I don't like whole life, so I don't really go into a whole lot of detail with it because it's not, to me, totally beneficial to most clients. I like the universal life because it has a savings feature and it allows you to put in enough money that later on in life you could actually use it as a savings vehicle, and the money that you take out would not be penalized or taxed. Okay, the term is kind of like you renting an apartment. You pay for the term insurance for so many years, 5, 10, 20 years, but then at the end of that term, that policy expires and now you no longer have insurance. So what I like to do with my clients is I like to take a universal life product or an indexed universal life product, which is actually tied into the Standard & Poor's index of the stock market, and piggyback it with maybe a term policy. That way, once that term policy expires, you still have life insurance and it increases on a yearly basis. So life insurance is very important, but now life insurance has been redesigned so that you can use it as a savings vehicle. Let me add another coverage that I recommend to my clients, okay? It's disability insurance and long-term care. Most of us have these coverages on our jobs in some form or another. That's a good thing, but consider also you need your own individual plan of disability insurance and long-term care. The reason being, if you get sick or disabled on your job, and this actually happened to me, okay? yes, you can go on your company's long-term care, but chances are, before, if you stay sick too long, they're going to terminate your employment before you can go on their long-term care. Okay? What they have on your job is called short-term disability, and you can pay for long-term disability. But before you get eligible to go on their long-term disability, they're probably going to fire you. That's what happened in my case. My job terminated my employment just prior to, okay? What long-term care will do is long-term care will keep you from losing all of your assets, all of your savings. It'll keep you from losing your house. It'll keep you from losing your car. These are the things that you want to protect if you get sick. And like myself, I was sick for over 2 years. So you can imagine the damage that was caused. This is what I explain to my clients to make sure that they don't end up in the same situation. Always, your base is your life insurance. Okay? That's always your base. Your next bridge up is going to be your auto, your home. Your next bridge up is going to be your long-term care, because these are going to protect everything beneath it. Okay? Now when you get up here, you get into your retirement, maybe your IRAs, and whatever other type of savings that you, and your annuities. Okay? Okay? But you've got to have the long-term care to protect the rest of this. With the long-term care, if something happens to you, you get sick or disabled, you can pay your car, you can pay your homeowners, okay, pay your mortgage payment, you can keep your life insurance. Without this, all of this is gone. I usually change most of my clients' life insurance policies to a universal life or an index, so that you can use that to save money. Instead of you putting money into a bank, when you put money into a bank, your money is going to automatically, the IRS knows exactly how much money you have in your account, and you're going to be double taxed on it. You got taxed on it when it came out of your paycheck and went into the bank. The little interest that the bank pays you, they're going to turn around and double tax. So at the end of the year, you're going to receive another 1099 from the IRS, from the bank, saying that you now need to pay tax on this money again. So the way I educate my clients is I tell them, take some monies, put it into your policy. When you need it, either do one or two things. Take the money out. There's no penalty or tax to you, okay, because it's your money. Or borrow the money from yourself, pay the little bit of interest of 4%, 3% or 4%, whatever it is, on the policy, and then pay it back as you like, back into your policy, or don't pay it back at all. I could not see, I could not drive, I had no peripheral vision, I had no depth perception. So, trust me when I tell you, I've been there. When I structure a plan for my clients, I think of everything that you ain't even start to think about. I'm Janie Walker, and remember, you cannot afford to not have insurance.